Hello, Strumai, and welcome back to a new episode of the Austrian Adventure with SCR Altach. And today we face a tough game against SK Rapid Wien. Let's take a look at how things have been going since last episode. And as you can tell, things could not be going better. I mean, I could not imagine how well that this season is going. We're one game away from the winter break, so after this episode we'll be able to see how the first half of the season has gone, how things are looking going into the winter break, and then we have a game against Wolfsberger after the winter break, which is going to be one hell of a tough game. We'll have a massive game considering they're still second. So last episode we won 1-0 against FC Red Bull Salzburg. Following that, a 3-2 victory away at SK Sturm Graz. The bottom of the table, I don't know if they still are, at the time they were. So I was quite relieved in the end. They had a man sent off. They scored just after that to make it 2-2. And then Galvao scored in the 83rd minute. We then thrashed Sankt Pölten 4-0. Solomon scoring 2 goals. Hans Eigner getting a goal. And Nwat Mahop. Unfortunately, Nwat Mahop is leaving at the end of the season on a free transfer. He said he wanted to leave for Apoel. I begged him to stay, asked what I could do. He said nothing. I said I didn't really want to let him go. And he said he's just going to let his contract run out, which is unfortunately at the end of the season, and he's going to leave. The only game we didn't win in between these two episodes is the game against FK Austria Wien, which was 0-0 away. Not the worst result in the world. Patrick Seeger did get injured. He's out for a long time, I think, a couple of months, 2 to 3 months, broken ankle. And Hans Eigner did actually get injured as well. He pulled a hamstring in that game. So they didn't play the last 2 games, and as you can see, they have not been missed. 2-0 win at home to SV Riyadh. We were comfortable. Solomon scored an absolute screamer. Funnily enough, last month's goal of the month, we had first place, second place, and third place. All of them were our players, and Hans Eigner has now been tipped to get Player of the Year, as in 2016, I think that means, like the whole year, not the season. This is a good result, fantastic performance. Rick Senna has come into his own playing up front. He's playing a lot better up front than he was on the wings. Maybe that's where I should be playing him. And then we won 5-0 at home to SV Mattersburg. They did have a man sent off, but we dominated the game. Patrick Salomon has hit some massive goal scoring form. Nikolai Dervidon had a goal and 2 assists that game. I mean, you look at the ratings there, it's a fantastic result. So today we face Rapid Wien, and if we look at the table, wow, look at that. We are top, we are clear by 6 points. Wolfsberger do have a game in hand, which would bring it back down to 3, but I mean, I could not have dreamt of a better start. Funnily enough, in real life, after 20 games in this season, Altach were top of the league. So we're definitely going to be top of the league after 20 games this time. So yeah, that's how things are going fantastically well. I mean, you look at, we're 13 matches unbeaten, I think. And look at all these wins as well. It's not... Things are going well. We're 10 points clear of Red Bull Salzburg, 11 points clear of Admira Wacker Mödling, who are outside the European places. I know I'm top at the moment, but to be honest with you, I'm aiming for a 3rd place finish now. I was going to be happy with just mid-table, but considering how well things have gone, I want to be in Europe next season. And look at the board confidence. 100%. It could not be better. I cannot believe how well things have gone. We're also in the quarterfinal against LASK Linz, who are in the division below. I don't know if many others from the... Yeah, there's a few other teams from the division below there. Red Bull Salzburg are the real favourites at the moment, should be, I think. So we could be in for a double. I mean, touch wood, things might go downhill massively, but it could not be going better at the moment. So here is the team for today. We have Luxa in goals, Bernard Janacek in right back because Lienhardt is suspended, as well as Boris Prokopic. Netzer and Jaeger, the unbelievable centre-back pairing who have been playing out of their minds recently. Christian Schilling left back, Jan Schwischenberger and Daniel Luchsbach in midfield. Louis Nwat Mahop, right wing. Patrick Solomon, who, as you can see, look at that. Last 5 games, he's on an 8.12 rating. He's got 6 goals. I think they've all come recently. Dervidon on the left and Rick Senna up front, who's been playing quite well up front. He scored 1 goal this season. It's come in the last few games. He's had a couple of assists as well, I think. Yeah, 1 goal, 2 assists, and they both came in the last game, I think. So he's come into his own, done well lately. We don't have much to come off the bench. That's the only thing. We've got Galvao, who, when he's played, has done very well. He's had 3 substitute appearances and scored 2 goals. We're going to stick it to playing defensive because why not? I mean, if you look at the odds in this game, I looked just before the game. Rapid Vienna 4-1 or something, 7-1. So we have 1-3 odds on to win this game. That shows how much we've come as a team. It's just quite unbelievable, really, how well we're doing. A small team from a village on the border with Switzerland, and here we are, top of the table after 19 games. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because I know everything can change. I mean, it happened with the Beijing series. We were sitting comfortably in mid-table. We lost a few games in a row, and then suddenly we were down the bottom, and we were sacked. But today, again, is going to be a tough game. No matter what the bookies think, no matter what they think is going to go on in this game, this is going to be a tough game. Rapid Wien will actually sack their manager, Daniel Canardi, who's the ex-Altach manager, which I found quite funny, to be honest. Rapid Wien aren't exactly the worst team. They're 6th in the table going into this game. They did pick up a bit of form to shoot them up the table, and obviously they must have dropped off a bit again. They're controlling possession early on in these minutes. Nothing happening yet. Nothing happened after 20 minutes. Still no highlights. We've had the majority of shots, only 1 on target though. I'm assuming we've just had a few long shots. I mean, the players are playing so well recently. There's no point changing. There's no point changing the defensive tactic because it works when we go away. I mean, a point away at Rapid Wien isn't going to be a rubbish point. Even if we don't win the league this year, I'm not going to be disappointed. Well, I will be slightly disappointed, but it's not going to be a huge failure because we were only expected to finish mid-table. The media predicted us to finish 8th this season, and here we are, top after 19 games. So that's the first half gone. Absolutely nothing. No highlights whatsoever. Zwischenberger is very tired. Maybe I didn't notice that he was low on match fitness. We'll try and keep him on for as long as possible. 60 minutes is when I usually like to make a change. It'd be nice to get a highlight in this game, to be honest. Otherwise it's going to be a very... Oh, there we go. Here's the first highlight. Looks like it's going to be a counter-attack for Rapid Wien. Troutsen up to Kvitaya to Troutassen. Hoping we can win the ball back here. Schwab on the ball. Someone put a foot in, he strikes it, and not too far away. I was a little bit worried. I was worried as he struck that then. Could have been going right into the top corner. 60 minutes now, nothing's happening. Been a couple of poor performances. We've got a lot of yellow cards. Zwischenberger, I'm going to take him off. Oh no, we've got Stian Gerson coming on. He hasn't exactly been the best player when he's come on. Do I want to take Rick Senna off? Got Nikola Zivotovic on the bench. Zivotic, who's a youngster. We're going to give him some minutes. He's touted to be a very good youngster. Could be the next Hans Eigner. But I'm not really sure what his position is. I tried playing him behind the striker in a game. He didn't really perform in a cup match. So I don't really know. I'm not 100% sure what his best position to play him is. But we've had a lot of yellow cards this game. As we go into the 90th minute. I think this game is going to finish 0-0. Like I said though, a point... Oh, Nwat Mahop has picked up an injury just as I made a substitute. And there's the final whistle. Oh, he's picked up a broken nose actually. We're unfortunate today. I'm happy with how things went. How did Wolfsburg didn't play? Austrian Bundesliga lost to Sturm Graz. Tell you what, the Austrian Bundesliga manager has got to be in some trouble now. Surely. 14 matches in a row without losing. And in that, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draws out of that. Jesus. Things are going well. How did Wolfsburg do? They won. Yeah, they won 3-1. We're still 4 points ahead of them. That's all good. What about Red Bull Salzburg? They won as well against Mattersburg. There's a big gap between 3rd and 4th, and then between 4th and 5th. It's very tight at the bottom of the table. There's only 3 points separating 10th from 7th. St. Pölten could easily get dragged back into that, as well as Rapid Wien. They're only on 23 points. They could easily get dragged back into that with a couple of teams at the bottom of the table winning. So let's take a look at the halfway point. Well, it's over the halfway point, but we're at the winter break now. We're going to have 2 weeks off. Then we face Wolfsburg. I'm not sure if I'll come back for that game. I think I want to play a few more games before I come back again. But things are looking good. Hans Eigner and Patrick Seeger should be back for the next game because we have 2 weeks off. Actually, no, Patrick Seagate was out for a couple of months. He won't be back yet. Things are looking good. We're top of the table after 20 games. I'm not sure if Wolfsburg are going to be playing again before the winter break, but I'm happy. Things are going well. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please leave a like down below. If you want to see more, if you want to see if we can keep at the top of the table, keep this pace up, keep the unbeaten record up, please subscribe. If you have any tips, comments or questions whatsoever, please leave a comment down below. I'll see you again.